So here we are, Oban Ferry, about to set off to the Hebrides. How far are we going to go?
Wasn't it 200 miles?
Yeah, do you think you can cycle 200 miles?
Well, I think that is...
He's a hero.
That is SP.
SP, what does that mean?
Stupid.
Stupid. We don't know what we're letting ourselves in for, to be honest. Now, let's talk to the person whose idea this all was.
It's nothing to do with me. I didn't do it.
This is
Not
Rachel's
me.
idea. It's her ambition is to get from
Over here, by the way.
one end of the Hebrides to the other.
So easy.
200
Getting
miles.
here was half the battle.
Well,
We're winning already.
it took 2 days to get here, that's true.
No,
Right.
it's taken 4 months to get here.
Okay, yeah. Would you like to elaborate on that?
No. No comment.
So, Roo, what are you looking forward to about the trip?
Not much.
Anything you're going to really miss? Being away for 2 weeks. Oh yeah, of course, Luna and Shadow.
Luna.
Yeah. What do you think there might be to look forward to?
Cycling? I'm going to be looking forward to getting back over there.
So what do you think is going to be good over there? What is it?
I know there's supposed to be good local fish and chips. They're on a small string of remote islands with plenty of fishing opportunities.
One, two, three. That's it, get those, so you're in the right gear now. Well done, Salt. It's only a short one, keep going. And we've made it to the start of the Hebridean Way.
We have.
On Barra, Battersea,
Battersea, actually.
Battersea. Camped up for the night, eating our tea, 8:45 at night.
I just jumped into the ocean for no particular reason at all.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, why did you jump?
Did you jump?
Utterly no idea. What was it called? Cold as utter beep.
For the next 2 days, the microphone on the camera packed up. So settle back and enjoy the sights of the Hebrides accompanied by some Scottish music. How did you sleep last night, Roo?
Fairly well.
Fairly well. Poor old Solly in here. He's got a bit of a cold now, haven't you, Sol? But you're coping? Yeah. Day 4. Wish us luck. I think that might be a sea eagle, Roo, just flying over us there. Supermarket. Here we are, resupply. This is what we need. And we're at 23 miles. Just about to top out on a hill. We hope there's a big downhill the other side. We deserve it. Right, that's how far we've come today. 30.29 miles. And we think we found a campsite. It's a bit close. Jay, manage your helmet. It's a bit close to the tidal limit, shall we say. It looks flat enough. And the boys have got a jump there that they can practice with. Even despite having cycled 30 miles, they've still got some spring in their legs, which is good. So we'll get the tents up just here. And they've been epic. We have to do surgery and everything on this expedition. Delicate operation.
Stop filming me! Stop putting this on there!
I know, but it'll be good for the documentary. The field
If
hospital.
you put it in the video, I will kill you!
This boy has cycled 30 miles on that splinter. Oh wow, well done, mummy. Day 5, and it's frosty out there, isn't it?
Frosty's an understatement. The moisture on the tent has frozen.
Yeah. So it got down to freezing, or below freezing possibly.
Yeah.
My toes are a little bit cold.
Well, there is water to be found, there is no ice.
You've stayed warm enough in your sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag is bulletproof.
Good. just setting off. Beautiful spring morning, the sun's out. There's a lot of these single track bits with passing places, and a lot of nice and patient people who pull in for us, which is great. Eagle there. So, hang on, did we have a conversation there where we're actually saying this is enjoyable?
Yeah, I think so. How much are you enjoying it, Solly? Show the camera.
Oh, that's a thumbs up.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not fully up, you see.
It's sort of
I think
tilted.
it's a 70% thumbs up, but he
If I
reckons
do
it's a
that-
69. But yeah, that's a thumbs up. Rune, how much
How
are
about
you
you, Rune?
enjoying it?
Anyway, I'm actually Russian now. I do not know why. It happened.
Jake,
It happened to me too. I was a Russian.
How
do
much
Russians
are you
enjoy
enjoying
it?
Rune?
Are you enjoying it?
Somewhere than 70% or so.
70%.
I'm not
I'm
enjoying
really
being
enjoying
Russian that much.
Got fantastic weather.
Farted on my lap!
Rachel, I was in the middle of an important documentary there.
Farted on my lap!
I'm Russian. Russian attack.
This is the quality of company I've got. I was about to say great company.
But this company, this is.
It's Freddy.
And what does Freddie do?
Just sits there.
He's your,
He's gonna cycle 200 miles.
he's your lucky mascot. On then, Freddie, off you go. Sound of Harris Ferry to the right. It's another 2 hours before it goes, and then we've got to decide what we're going to do. So we've decided to get food over here, get the 5:20 ferry, and then we're going to cycle on probably an hour after that to a campsite. So I'm going to buy food for dinner, breakfast and lunch,
I'm still Russian.
and then the plan is you don't have to do your Russian impressions.
No, I'm still Russian. We are still Russian.
I don't know what's up with these boys.
We do not know how this happened.
They've been kidnapped by aliens.
Because
Replaced.
headhunters will come for you.
So 3 meals I've got to go and get to keep us going till we get to Tarbert.
Still washing her hair, bike touring styly. So we're on the evening ferry to Harris, and then we've got about a 5 or 6 mile cycle, we think, to find a beach where we can camp for the night. Well, not a bad view to wake up to in the morning. How are your legs feeling this morning?
I don't know.
It's true. I'm just aching all over, but I think that's just from sleeping.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're still strong.
Aching stops, but ever since about day 3, my legs have been aching whenever I do anything which isn't routine movement. So walking or cycling, everything except that hurts.
Day 6, and we're just setting off on a bit of a late start today. It's 10:40, but we've only got 20 miles to get to Tarbert, which is our sort of planned destination, so we'll see how we get on. Well, yeah. We can share, can't we? That's fine.
Freshly cooked pasties. Can you feel it? It's still
That was quite a hill, wasn't it? We just come up.
no way.
How hard was that on a scale of 1 to 10?
97.
How about you, Sal?
200 billion, 100,000.
Oh wow, this looks like a big downhill. in the hostel eating pizzas and chips. How did you sleep last night, Jake?
I got into bed and then I woke up.
Sounds good. Now you put yourself an egg.
I'm really not sure what happened in between.
So, lazy morning in the hostel until we get kicked out at 10:30, and then we'll probably chill out in the town for a little bit before doing a very gentle cycle ride on what's supposed to be our rest day. So we're presently in Tarbert, just here, and our plan now is to cycle along this lock, hopefully find somewhere sheltered around about here, maybe in this area here, hopefully sheltered by this peak here from the southeasterlies we're going to get. Lunch in Tarbert before we cycle off into the wilds again. Was it good in the hostel last night to recuperate? Was it nice? Yeah, that's a thumbs up from Sol. Stocking up on food for the next 2 days. And by the weight of it,
It's okay.
which we're all going to have to carry on the bikes, I think we've probably got enough now.
Never.
Mostly cake, 3 cakes,
Got the wipes.
muffins, biscuits, mostly high calorie foods. So I think we found a sheltered spot for camping. Seems to be out of the wind. We've got wind coming from that direction and wind coming down the valley from that direction, and they seem to just eddy off here, and it's a fairly flat sheltered spot. It will suit our purposes just fine, I think. Rest day 3 miles outside of Tarbert. There's Jake, chilled out. Hey Jake. Here's these boys. Mummy's snuggled up in her sleeping bag, reading her Kindle. Wind's buffeting the tent a little bit. We found a sheltered spot. We're just hoping it doesn't get too strong tonight. It was a bit windy in the night. Tent, there's a few sort of downdrafts, I think, and the tent did blow around a bit. But we slept pretty well. You slept well? Hopefully our legs are rested for getting up the hill. There's breakfast, Mummy. I will help you in a minute, Roo. But first big hill, and it's a long one, and we're only at the beginning, at the start. Hi, Roo. Got the wind against us as well, haven't we? Oh, he's got a new technique called pannier pushing, and it's just the ticket.
It's hired ones up this hill. I'll get behind you. We should have a chain. Push, Jake. Taking shelter behind some electrical buildings, and keep back on the bikes, biking up the hill, doing really well. Parasol, it's still easy. He's suffering with his breathing a bit, so I think got a bit of a cold that Sol had, which makes it harder.
On a massive dip, you go round a little bit and then just climb back up again.
Just finding it a little bit hard at the moment. A bit cold, tiring. Meanwhile, the puppies are doing obstacle courses. We've got some hot chocolate on the brew over there, which is quite important, and also filtering some water. The Isle of Lewis. Finding a campsite is not always easy, but we found somewhere to do. Picnic spot here. We're just about to get a couple of tents up.
It's day 9. There's only 2 survivors. Myself and Rue. We've had to resort to cannibalism. In fact, I think I might have to eat my last remaining companion. I've changed my mind. I'm not going to eat him until later.
I'm not gonna eat you until later.
Alright.
I'll wait.
We've agreed not to eat each other.
I'm gonna throw a stick.
And we're gonna
to
try.
your wheels.
We're
And
gonna.
then you'll crash and fall unconscious
Why don't we-
and I'll eat you.
Why don't we try and cycle the last bit of the journey together and
Well-
finish victoriously?
Well, I don't see why we kill each other, considering that there's a cafe in 8 miles from here.
There's a cafe in hopefully less than 8 miles. We might survive till we get to that.
If we don't, there's something wrong with us, and we probably have some crazy disease, or we've gone mad, or we just.
And this video
Crash.
diary will be our last remaining message.
And it will never get uploaded to YouTube because there'll be no one to upload it.
So day 9, and we've only got another 5 miles to get to a petrol station and cafe for breakfast, leaving the campsite here, and then from there I think about another 8 miles to get to Callanish, where we're staying tonight. So it turns out it's not actually a cafe, but it has got a hot food counter. 10.
Just
Cooked
before
breakfast
Luskinshire Beach,
before we
just
set
south
off.
from Luskinshire, but it's got barley or something in as well, hasn't it?
So we've had a very comfortable night at Jackie's Croft, and we've been well fed and looked after, and now it makes it all the more difficult to get going back out into the wilds, and another wild camp tonight and the next night. The black houses, which we're going to go and have a look at. So as it's spitting with rain tonight and forecast for more rain later, we've got the shelter up. So this is our shelter used for the first time on the trip. We've not really needed it up until now. And we've got, as you can see, we're camped on the beach. And yeah, we've got the stove going, boiling up some water ready for doing a cup of soup. Watching the surfers just out there.
I need food!
This is what we have to work with.
Food! Give me food!
Eating our dinner, pasta with sauce and cat food, as the boys call it. Well, the hot chocolates are made. Jake looks like he's snugged in. It's day 11, the last of our cycling days up to the Butt of Lewis. We're all a bit reluctant to get out of the tents this morning. It rained overnight, it's all a bit windy and feels a bit cold, but this is our last day of cycling to get to the end of the Hebridean Way.
And then we'll finally be free of this hell.
Well, there you are. It's not that bad, is it?
Okay, whoever you are, viewer, or you're probably not even watching this because you only got like 100 subscribers.
100
So
subscribers,
sorry.
yeah, alright.
Never do the Hebridean Way unless you want to go for torture.
It's not been too bad, has it, really? We've had some good times.
I must have fallen off my bike so many times because how heavy it is with all the panniers.
Yeah.
Ruben, you are the fastest up the hill.
He's the fastest up the hills, Mummy's shouting from next door tent.
Don't give us all this rubbish.
And also, to be fair, my brake's broken, meaning it was constantly partly on.
Oh yes, you had a bit of extra friction training, didn't you? Yeah. So we've only got about 18 miles left to do and we'll be there.
And then it will be finally over.
Until we come up with another mad plan.
That we will not do.
Well, now we've had
it's
some
wet.
training. Oh dear. Oh yes.
Got mad plans.
Oh look at this. This is not good. We've
Wrong
got water come through.
condensation came from
Oh,
the floor.
blimey. That is a bit wet actually. Yeah. That's come up through the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not so good.
Should I still roll it? It's wet.
Yeah, well, just try and keep your sleeping bag dry, that's the thing. Yeah, it's certainly it's under this one as well. It seems so bad under there.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's certainly not so pleasant.
Yeah.
Right,
On every
right,
single should
right,
do.
get your sleeping bag up, Boo, and we'll get that packed away first. Sleeping bag first, sweetheart. Because we don't want that getting wet. The mat will be okay, but the sleeping bag's pretty important. So, Rue's back bike wheel's got a buckle in it and it's affecting his braking, so it's sticking on as he's cycling along, and I'm going to try and get the buckle out. And it's now rolling true,
As I drop a coin.
and we'll be off again.
Five miles left. We're on the home stretch.
So we made it to the bottom of Lewis. So Mummy has just calculated up the final mileage at 202 miles. Right, we're going to try, we haven't got champagne, but we're going to try this with Coke. Well, they do it on Formula One, so why not on a cycle tour?
Yay!
So, Jane, you could offer us an opinion of what it's like to get to the end.
Just said it's not as epic as Olympus. It's the second most epic thing he's done.
Yeah. I've been very impressed with all of you. Very well. 202 miles.
Better.
Harder physically. I mean, it was over a shorter time.
Olympus was shorter. This was longer, but I could barely move at the end of each Olympus day. However, at the end of each day on this, I've still got plenty of energy. So it's a different kind of tired.
How does it feel to have finished, Sol?
I want to die.
Was it worse than you thought? Or easier?
Easier.
Are you a legend?
Yes.
He's determined.
That was pretty epic, wasn't it?
I was expecting to feel happier, more excited.
Sometimes it can be a bit of an anticlimax sort of finishing, can't it? You sort of got there and
I
it's
would
over,
Get there, and it's just
and you sort of build it up, but we did it. What's the Hebridean Sea like in April? invigorating. Well done, Sol. Now, do you recommend doing that or not?
Yeah.
Do you recommend I do that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure it's not a bad idea?
Yes. So, Dad, either you go in
Because I've got to
willingly
say,
or you
I'm a
push you
bit scared about this. In fact, it might be harder than doing the Hebridean Way.
Dad,
I'm not good
either
with
you
cold
go
water.
in willingly or we drag
Right,
you
let
in.
me-
Oh,
Seen a shark?
Seal?
oh, that was a bird. Something out there.
Oh, I'm not going into the sharks.
Ooh, I think it might be a seal or a bird. Okay. Now remember, most sharks, if you just punch them on the snoz, will run off. They don't think in private fights back's worthwhile.
I see a fin out there.
It was a bird. That's what I thought it was a fin at first. I thought it was a dolphin.
Whoop.
Right.
Go,
Right.
run.
Go, 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 go! And he's ready in agony! One, two, three, four. 4 strokes! It technically counts as a swim. 3 strokes is the minimum.
It's a full house.
That's invigorating. So we're cooking bacon butties for the boys. Well, I was just walking back to the tents and a man stopped in his car and I thought, well, what's he going to do? Tell us we're not allowed to camp here or something, but which I know we can do. But actually he was just stopping to say how he'd seen us 4 days ago in Harris and how impressed he was, and he'd passed us again today, earlier in the day, and he then just saw us camping here and he just wanted to say how fantastic he thought the boys were and how well they'd done. And I've got to agree with him, so I did agree with him. Well, it's a beautiful evening at the end of our trip. It's almost over. We finished the cycle tour, got to the Butter Lewis. We've still got to get back though. There's still a bit of a journey left. We've got to first of all get back to the mainland. So we're getting a taxi pickup tomorrow and hopefully getting the 2 o'clock ferry across to Ullapool from Stornoway, and then we'll camp there tomorrow night, and then the following day I'm planning to either bus or hitch back to Oban to pick up our camper van.